Hi, here we are at Garland Nursery today. My name is Debbie and I'd like to talk to you about roses. We've gotten in our bare root roses this year, over 200 varieties. I would like to speak a little bit about the anatomy of a rose. Here we have a hybrid tea. This one is Mr. Lincoln, and it's a grafted rose. You can see that by this big bulbous bulge coming off of this long trunk. So it's grafted onto a particular rootstock that will give it vigor to make it grow more robustly. So that is a grafted rose. This one, it's a little starla. It's a miniature rose, and it's an own root rose. There isn't the large bulbous graft. It just has the roots coming right out beneath the cane. So it kind of looks the same going up as it does going down. What I like about these roses is that they come to us just like this, with their big roots sticking out and their wonderful canes. We get #1 grade roses, so they're all very nice roses. The roots haven't been cut back to fit into a box or a bag. The canes haven't been dipped in wax to keep it from desiccating in long storage. These roses are treated exceptionally well from the digging to your home. So what I would like to do now is show you how to plant a rose. And first off, we'll start by pruning one. You want to clip out anything that is not healthy, and then you want to clip out things in the center. You want to have a nice open center to your rose. So you take your nice sharp pruners and clip that out. So you have this nice open area, something that would hold like a soccer ball, for instance. Then you can prune the canes back just slightly above little nodes. Some of them are pretty tough to prune. Here we have a nice bud forming. So you end up with something that looks a bit like this. I'm going to take this one down just a little bit further just to even it out. So that's what you end up with. On the roots, you can also go ahead and give them little fresh cuts before you plant them. I like to soak my roses in a bucket of water with root stimulator before I plant them also. It just makes sure that the roots are nice and moist and fully hydrated before you go ahead and plant them. So here we have our nicely pruned rose, and I've created a mound of soil that I'm going to drape the roots over the top of. Just kind of snug it down on the top, and then backfill with your soil, covering the roots up. Because this is a grafted rose, you're only going to want to plant up to a certain level. You never want to plant up higher than the graft. I like to keep down maybe 3/4 to an inch below the graft when all is said and done. 2 inches is okay too. If that's the room that you have to plant it, that's fine. This is true whether it's in a pot or in the ground. You pat it down, tuck it in a little bit, and then you would go ahead and water it in. I like to water it in with root stimulator. If you prefer, you could use a product called Biotone Plus, and you would mix that right in with the soil. You can use this either for planting in the pots or in the ground. This is the root stimulator. You just mix that in with some water, pour it over the top, and water it in with that. So I've gone ahead and pruned our little miniature rose. On the miniature rose, I left a few more canes just because they like to be a little bit bushier to start with than the hybrid teas. I'm going to show you how to plant the own root rose because it doesn't have a graft. It's a little bit different. We place it on the cone just like we did with the hybrid tea. I'm going to just pour the soil in here. You go ahead and you pour your soil right up to where the canes emerge from the roots. So we'll get it patted around here. So just like that. You don't have to worry about the graft, so you can bring it right up to the bottom of the canes. And same thing, water it in with some root stimulator and you're good to go. In about a couple months after they're planted, they'll be sprouting out. You'll have nice new growth when they're about 1 inch long. That's when I recommend your first fertilizing. Thank you.